Hey there everybody, my name is GunnerXIII, and if you guys haven't heard already, Xbox announced they will be doing a developer direct on January 22nd, where Playground Games will finally give us a much needed exclusive first look at the new Fable game, set to release this year. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, and as always, leave a like and comment down below, as engagement helps others find my channel. If you are new to the Fable series and maybe haven't played before, I would love to give you guys a quick history of the original series developed by Lionhead Studios. If you are a longtime fan or already know the origins of Fable, you are more welcome to skip this part of the video. The series began development as Project Ego, an ambitious game aiming for a unique RPG experience where the player's choices visibly altered their hero and the world. They eventually released the game under the name Fable on September 14, 2004. Critics praised its ambitious, unique charm and innovative systems like physical character transformation and morality. As a follow-up in 2008, they would drop the sequel to their game, Fable 2, which received near-universal critical acclaim for its charming world, engaging RPG systems like evolving combat and morality, and emotional depth, earning high scores and being praised as a standout Xbox 360 title. When Fable 3 was released in 2010, critics and players found it ambitious but flawed, praising its story potential and kingdom management aspect, but criticizing its overly simplified RPG systems, frustrating interface called the Sanctuary, and lack of meaningful consequence. The last major project they would release would be Fable Anniversary, which was a remaster of the first Fable game released in February 2014. This would receive mixed, but generally positive reviews, praise for a successful graphical facelift, and nostalgic charm that brought the classic RPG to modern standards, with reviewers calling it a worthwhile but imperfect tribute to the original. After this, Microsoft pushed Lionhead Studios away from its popular single-player Fable roots to develop a game called Fable Legend, a multiplayer free-to-play title which sadly didn't resonate with fans, meet expectations, and struggled to get past its beta. This would eventually cause the closure of Lionhead Studios as a developer, leaving Fable's foreseeable future left in uncertainty. However, during the Xbox Game Showcase on July 23, 2020, after months of rumors and speculation, longtime fans and those watching the showcase were treated to a cinematic trailer teasing a brand new Fable game. There was not much info given to us other than the fact that Playground Games would be developing the series going forward. Finally, a ray of hope for longtime Fable fans. Over the last 5 years, they would release cinematic trailers to give us little glimpses at the world they were developing, using in-game footage, and honestly, fans' anticipation grew more and more with every trailer released. Originally, Fable was slated to release in 2025, but Xbox Game Studio Chief Craig Duncan provided an update on the official Xbox podcast informing fans that unfortunately the game would be delayed until 2026, citing that the wait would be worthwhile. Which brings us to this year, and now that I've gone over the history of the Fable series and caught you up to where we are now, let's jump right into the video and talk about 8 things I hope to see in the new Fable game. The first thing I would like to see in the new game, and something I believe is what made Fable so unique and magical in the first place, is the morality system and how your choices shape the world. In the previous Fable games, you had the choice to be good or evil, and depending on the choices you made, your character's reputation and appearance would be affected. Evil characters would develop horns, red eyes, and darker skin, causing NPCs to run in fear of the player, while good characters would develop a halo, blue eyes, and a healthy glow, which caused NPCs to love and admire the player. There were certain quests that had 2 different ways to complete them, an evil side and a good side, and depending on which you chose, would affect the world around you for the rest of the game. This system really added to the experience and helped encourage replayability, making every playthrough different and worthwhile. This system, to me, is what helped Fable stand out compared to other RPGs, and I really hope to see it in the new Fable game. Now, I'm gonna add this into the video, but from what I've seen from the cinematic trailers, I do have some hope that we will definitely see this in the new game. But I really hope that they're able to capture the old quirky and sometimes odd humor that the original games had. Maybe at times it was very lowbrow humor, but that's what really helped the game stand out with a personality of its own. I do find that it's fundamental that the new Fable captures the same humor that the previous games were never scared to dive into. Sometimes there were very downright bizarre quests that would make you wonder what the developers were thinking when coming up with the quest, but you couldn't help but laugh along as you played. I miss this charm that Fable was so great at capturing, but I am very hopeful that Playground Games will be able to accomplish this based off of the cinematic trailers they have released so far. Another thing that made Fable so engaging were the demon doors. They had scattered all over the world some doors that had specific actions or requirements to open them, and inside were various rewards and interesting interiors. Some of these doors had very bizarre requirements or really outlandish personalities, and it was always fun finding them and interacting with these doors throughout the game, so it'd be really cool to see them appear again in the new series. Speaking of things scattered throughout the world, in Fable 2 there were gargoyles all over the world that were foul-mouthed and would yell insults at the player if one was nearby. And the objective was to shoot this gargoyle with a ranged weapon, and it would reward you for every 10 that you destroyed, and a grand prize when you shot them all. Fable 3 would end up doing the same thing, but instead of gargoyles, they used gnomes instead.
We could be best friends,
my king.
if I like people with an ass for a face.
And it was just so satisfying finding them and obviously taking them out after hearing them badmouth you non-stop. Just another little thing that made Fable stand out compared to other games at the time. The fifth thing I would like to talk about in this video is a fun feature that I enjoyed in the original trilogy of Fable. It was the option to be able to find a spouse and have children with them. And in the later games, Fable 2 and 3, you would actually see the children grow up. I would love to see the new Fable games still have this feature, as it was nice to have a family of your own in the game, or multiple depending on how you played. One of my favorite aspects of the Fable games was being able to pull off what I would call a Romeo, and invest in all of the real estate the game had to offer. You were able to buy houses and businesses, and depending on how much you charged them rent, would give you another way to determine if you were good or evil. Also, being able to accumulate money as you played through the story, or even when you were offline as time passes, was very handy. Not only did this make you feel like a big shot in the game, but it helped you be able to afford various armor and weapons as you were progressing through the game. Now granted, if they do add this feature again, I hope they do it the way Fable 2 did instead of Fable 3. Because they honestly took a turn for the worse in Fable 3, making it where the buildings would deteriorate over time and you would have to go through every individual building to fix them, or you wouldn't make any money, which was very tedious and really frustrating at the time. It would be nice to see the buildings in a map like Fable 3, but with an option to alter rent and prices and other things like that in the menu itself. Something that was done in previous games that I would love to see them expand on would be adding various Easter eggs from other games and series. Like when they added the Master Chief armor and energy sword from Halo to Fable 2, or when they added the Steve blockhead from Minecraft. I feel like there's so many ways they could add little Easter eggs. Maybe even adding slight little knocks at the previous games in the old series. Maybe make a joke or nod at other games that would generally make players new and old to the series get excited, because nothing is more fun than finding Easter eggs in a game. Lastly, a feature I would really love to see again would be the ability to join other players' world through a co-op system. Fable 2 and Fable 3 implemented this, and it was really awesome to be able to join other people's world, whether it was your friends or a random person. You would also see orbs showcasing all the various heroes that were also exploring the world at the same time, while being able to gift things or just be able to do quests alongside them. Fable 3 had a really cool system where they were able to run off on their own in the area, and you guys could even get married, run businesses together, and even trade unique weapons, which I thought was extremely engaging. Yes, at its core, Fable is a single player game, but in such a lush and open world, it was refreshing to have another hero alongside for the ride, and especially with the emphasis on multiplayer gaming nowadays, it would be nice to have a feature that implemented this into some degree. At the end here, I would like to comment that I'm honestly just very happy as a longtime fan to see Fable alive again, and seeing so many new people wanting to try the series that I have grown to love so much since I first started playing as a kid. Obviously times have changed, and I might not get this same exact Fable that I'm used to playing, but I'm very confident in Playground Games' ability to pull off the unthinkable and give us a modern day classic and making Fable a can't miss game worth every second. I'm extremely excited to watch the Direct on January 22nd with all of you here, so be sure to tune back into my channel to see my reaction to everything they discuss and show us in the Direct. At the end here, I just want to say thank you guys so much for your time, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything you do or don't want to see in the new Fable, do not be afraid to comment down below, as I will be replying to every single comment. And as always, leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Until the next stream, until the next video, peace. I'll see y'all later.